The year was 1978, and South Korea was standing at a unique crossroads in its history. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we reveal the hidden stories behind rare coins that you won't find anywhere else. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. The nation had already begun its rapid industrial transformation. Factories roared, new highways sliced through growing cities, and South Koreans were stepping into a modern era that promised prosperity after decades of struggle. Amid this transformation, an object was minted that would quietly carry a piece of Korea's national identity for generations: the 101 coin. But the 1978 edition was not just metal. It was a story shaped by history, tradition, and national pride. South Korea had been modernizing its economy after the Korean War, 1950 to 1953. By the late 1960s and early 1970s, inflation made the older denominations impractical. Paper money for small values wore out quickly, and coins were needed to keep everyday transactions smooth. Thus, the Bank of Korea decided to create a durable, long-lasting coin that symbolized Korean heritage while supporting the country's fast-growing economy. The 101 coin, first introduced in 1970, was upgraded and standardized again in 1978, making the 1978 version one of the most iconic in Korean coin history. The coin was minted by the Korea Minting and Security Printing Corporation, KOMSCO, an organization responsible for producing coins, banknotes, stamps, and national security documents. KOMSCO had one mission: to create coins that were strong, secure, and meaningful, representing the cultural soul of Korea. The engravers and artists working at KOMSCO in the 1970s believed that every coin should carry a story in metal, something that would outlast generations. The front side of the 101 coin shows the face of one of Korea's greatest heroes, Admiral Yi Sun-sin, the undefeated naval commander known for his turtle ships and legendary victories during the Imjin War, 1592 to 1598. But why him? Admiral Yi was chosen because the 1970s were a time when South Korea wanted symbols of courage, discipline, and resilience. Koreans looked to Admiral Yi the way sailors look to a lighthouse. His presence on the coin was a reminder that the nation could overcome any storm. The artist who designed the coin studied original historical paintings of Admiral Yi, trying to capture his determination and wisdom in a single portrait. The tall helmet, the sharp eyes, the thick beard, each detail was meant to express the spirit of a commander who never surrendered. The reverse side contains the words Baek-won, Baek-won, 100 won, the numeral 100, the national flower, Mugunghwa, Hibiscus syriacus. The year, 1978. The Mugunghwa was chosen because it symbolizes immortality, perseverance, and rebirth, qualities deeply rooted in Korean culture. Together, both sides formed a coin that felt like a miniature museum of Korean pride. The 1978 version was produced during a time when South Korea's economy was booming. More people were using coins every day in shops, buses, markets, and factories. The coin needed to be durable, easy to identify, hard to counterfeit. The composition used was white copper-nickel alloy, giving the coin its silver-like shine and strength. Because the minting technology improved in 1978, the coin had sharper lines, better texture, and clearer artwork than earlier versions. Today, collectors consider 1978 a golden year for Korean coin production. Now comes the surprising part. Most circulated 1978 101 coins are common and worth between $100 to $5,000 in the international collector's market. But uncirculated coins, those still shiny, untouched by time, can reach prices of $20,000 to $500,000 depending on grading. Rare mint condition pieces in official collector packaging can go beyond $1 million. But these are uncommon. What makes them valuable isn't rarity. It's the story, the history, and the symbolism. And this story continues. The 1978 South Korean 101 coin did not just circulate in markets, pockets, buses, and shops. It carried a quiet legacy. In the years that followed, it became an almost invisible witness to Korea's transformation, from a struggling post-war nation to one of Asia's economic giants. But the story becomes even more interesting when we look deeper into what happened to this coin in the decades that followed. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, South Korea had already become a hub of technology and culture. People overseas had started noticing Korean collectibles, including old banknotes and coins, and the 1978 101 coin, with its sharp design and historical portrait, became a favorite among collectors. The reason was simple. It was still affordable. It represented a heroic figure. It captured a key period in Korean economic history. It was beautifully made for the time. Collectors from the US, Europe, China, and Southeast Asia often referred to this coin as the Steel Admiral, not because it was made of steel, but because Admiral Yi Sun-sin's expression on the coin felt unbreakable, like steel forged in spirit. Economists in the 1980s often used the 101 coin as an example of Korea's transition from a fragile economy to a competitive industrial power. Why? Because the coin's durability reflected the country's new identity. Before the 1970s, Korean coins were smaller, lighter, and more prone to wear. The new 101 coin symbolized strength, just like Korea's emerging industries in automobiles, shipbuilding, and electronics. The coin became a metaphor in Korean textbooks. Just as the 101 coin was strengthened, so was the nation. It wasn't just currency, it was inspiration. The 1978 coin helped revive global interest in Admiral Yi Sun-sin. Many foreigners who collected coins began reading about the Imjin War, the turtle ships, and the legendary Battle of Myeongyang, where Yi defeated a fleet of 133 Japanese ships with only 13 of his own. Teachers in Korea often used the 101 coin in classrooms. Look at the admiral on this coin. His courage is the courage we must carry. The coin thus became a classroom tool, a piece of everyday motivation. Although most 1978 coins are common, their international value depends on condition, mint, shine, collector demand, year batch, rarity. Whether they're graded by PCGS, NGC, in pristine mint state or uncirculated condition, prices rise dramatically because such coins are rare. Over 45+ years have passed. Circulation caused most coins to scratch or fade. International collectors today value a high-grade 1978 coin between $3,000 to $50,000 for clean uncirculated $80,000 to $2 million for official graded pieces, up to $10 million plus USD, if the coin is in a sealed Comsco proof set. This isn't just buying metal, it's buying history. Workers at the Korea Mint in 1978 often recall that the 101 coin was one of the most challenging designs of the decade. The portrait lines had to be deep enough to last years, sharp enough to show character, balanced enough to avoid uneven wear. Mint engineers remember testing dozens of die cuts. One engineer wrote later in his diary, "Admiral Yi must look determined even after 10 years in a crowded pocket." They succeeded. Many coins from the 1978 batch still show detail even after decades of circulation, proof of the craftsmanship. Today, the 101 coin is still in circulation in South Korea. You will see school children buying snacks with it, vending machines accepting it, and elders keeping it in small pouches. But the 1978 edition carries something special. It is a frozen moment in time. It is the face of a national hero. It is the reminder of how far Korea has come. It is a bridge connecting past struggles to present success. The world has changed, Korea has changed, yet the coin remains the same. The 1978 101 coin is more than money. It is a chapter of South Korea's story, sealed in metal,